Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of It's Happening Now. I'm your host tonight, Scott, and I'll introduce the boys. Right across from me, we have, well, I guess it'll be that way, Chris.
What up?
Below him, let's see if I can do this. Below him is Devin.
What's up?
And right below me is Greg. It is Monday. It's been a Monday, May 6th. And tonight we have Fani Willis refuses a subpoena. And West Point goes woke. That one bugs me.
Go woke.
And more. So we'll get right into it. Can you pull up the West Point for me, Chris, please?
Yes, sir. I can do that.
Okay. And it says U.S. Military Academy introduces woke curriculum with courses on deconstructing patriotism. That irritates me right there. Cross-dressing in the military, gender norms, and representation in the ranks.
Yes, it does.
Everything about this, I mean, really tweaks my nipples and not in a good sort of way. Okay. I mean, it's all bad.
All right, I want to read this real quick.
Go ahead.
These courses are a part of a broader initiative by the Biden regime to integrate diversity, equality, inclusion, DEI,
Equity.
propagate. Did I say equity? What did I say? Equality. Equity. Sorry, and inclusion. Propaganda into the curriculum over duty, honor, and country.
Right
now,
there.
this is a military school.
Right there. Over. Repeat that again.
What exactly is
over?
West Point?
It's a military school.
Country. There. I'm sorry. If you're in the military, that is your job. Duty, honor, and country. Period. This really kind of look. I come from a military family. This irritates the crap out of me. What do you think about it, Devin? Let's go around the table.
I mean, isn't this one of the most
prestigious,
like a very important and prestigious military school?
Yes, it is. It's one of the country's most prestigious.
Right.
Donald Trump actually attended that school.
So I mean, it's very obvious that this is. We already all knew. I think that this kind of crap had disseminated all throughout all of the schooling system. I don't think that I think you kind of be fooling yourself if you think this wasn't going to be the way it was. Now, it's in the military now, which is bad, but it is only the educational system. If it hasn't yet made its way into the actual military,
all right.
I mean, I think we still are okay, but it's not a
Greg,
good look.
What do you think about it?
I think it's imbecilic. I think these people are nuts. I think they all should be in asylums. I don't understand how a fighting force is supposed to learn to fight when they're worried about equity, diversity, inclusion. I mean, what in the kumbaya campfire crap is this? You know what I mean? We need you to go fight the enemy over there across lines. Well, are they diverse?
Yeah.
I mean, do they
make sure you got your high heels on, boys? We're going to war. We're like, what?
And they have the same guns. We need inclusion and equity. This is. Oh, we killed one of them. We need you to kill one of us because we got to be fair. You know, I mean, this is the dumbest crap I've ever seen in my entire life. I want to laugh my ass off. I'm sorry.
I'm sure what you want to say is the same thing I want to say, and it's probably not real appropriate for our show.
This country needs Jesus worse than anything.
You're right. Chris, what do you think about it?
You know what it reminds me of? Have any of you guys seen Major Payne?
Yes.
You know when he dresses them all up in dresses and high heels and makes them march? And that's what it reminds me of, and that's what it's going to. I mean, come on, cross-dressing in a military school,
right?
Equity, any of that, it doesn't, or equality, right? Which word am I? I get those mixed up.
Yeah, equality is the good one. Equity is the bad one.
Okay, I get them mixed up all the time. But anyway,
got you.
It doesn't make sense in a military school, like Greg and everybody else has been saying. it has no place there. You are supposed to be learning how to defend yourself, how to fight. Honor, duty, country, and patriotism are all included in a military scene. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you would want. You don't want to take all that out, because then what are they fighting for? I mean, really, any of you guys got a you guys have an answer for that? What would you be fighting for? Sorry. What would you be fighting for if you take all of that out? Go ahead, Devin.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I
would think that a military school directly is supposed to teach you not honor and these things, but I would think that a military school should teach you how to kill the enemy the most effective way possible.
Right, and that's exactly what they do.
Killing machine.
But Chris has a point, though. The first thing that they do is teach you patriotism, to love your country, and the guy next to you that's got your back. That's what they teach you first and foremost.
They got their back nowadays.
Oh no, yeah, but don't bend over in the shower.
You don't love,
that's what they want, man.
If you don't love what you're fighting for, are you even going to fight?
No, then that's what I'm saying. If you take country, honor, duty, and patriotism out of it, what are you fighting for at that point? You could care less. And all, I mean, most people would care less if they're not fighting for anything. Right? They're just going to be like, "Why are we here?
Yeah, why are we here? What are we doing here?" Right.
Like, I don't like my country. I don't like my, I mean, I have no duty. I have no honor. I have no patriotism. I said duty.
Look, I mean, like I said, I do come from a military family. The first thing they do is they strip you down to basic, and they rebuild you as a soldier.
They mold you.
That is your purpose. You are to be a fighting, effective machine that loves your country, and the guy standing next to you, not that way, because he's got your back. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. He's your brother, exactly.
Willing to lay your life down for your country.
The only other thing they teach you is, let's say you are a tech, like you're a mechanic. Well, you got to learn how to fix that machinery out on the field. You know what I mean? So you have a job, but you also have a job of fighting. That's your main job, is fighting.
True.
So, I mean, this pains me in a way I can't even describe.
Can you imagine what a person that, let's say, had died fighting in World War II against the Germans would say right now if he was able to come here and see the kind of crap we have in our country
right now? Well, he would be going, "This is what I gave my life for right now. This right here, really?" Oh, he'd be
after he got over the shock of all the cool things we have.
Right. But it even says that in there in that article. If you look at if you scroll down a little ways, that do you think that China and Russia are teaching their soldiers this stuff?
Ooh, absolutely. No, I'm sure it's highly discouraged in their ranks.
I mean, that's what a military is,
right?
You know what I mean? It is a fighting force that they will lay their lives down. You know what I mean? They will give up their lives for their country,
right?
And you're teaching these kids that are going to grow up and more than likely be in the military in some way, shape, or form, right? And you're like, "Oh no, country, take that out. Honor, take that out. Patriotism, who needs patriotism?"
Right.
It's like those are the key things that people go into war and they know that's what they're fighting for.
They want to serve their country. Right. They feel they have a debt because we have it so good. They feel they have a debt that they want to repay to our country. And so they go and serve.
They die for your freedoms.
And the worst part is, I don't know how true this is, but I've heard from past military and current military people. It used to be when you start into basic training, you're a drill sergeant. He was the roughest, toughest SOB out there, right? And he would make your life a living hell to make a point, to make you tough, Now they have this thing, if the drill sergeant's getting in your face, you'd be like, "I need a timeout." And you could go off and have a little timeout. And I'm like, you can't do that in war. Be like, stop shooting, timeout. I feel sad. I got to go have a timeout. What is that?
I stubbed my toe on my best friend's face.
Right. I want the drill sergeant to pop you in the mouth and be like, "Now give me 50 push-ups." You know what I mean? That makes soldiers.
Yeah, it's better to make your life a living hell then in a more or less safe environment and let you get used to that than to throw you to the wolves, let your life turn into hell before your very eyes, and
God forbid,
alter.
if you're captured during war, what do you think the enemy is going to do to you? I mean, let's be honest about
Definitely
it.
not going to let you cross-dress.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, put on some high heels and some makeup and do a little dance for us. They're not going to do that.
Well, it's the Middle East, they're going to throw them off a building.
After they interrogate
they're going to skin them alive first
them.
after they,
You know what I mean?
they want to get information.
Information from what? From whom?
If you're a soldier,
they'll try to get any information they can out of any soldier they can.
Try to get whatever information they can get. Where are your peoples? I mean, you've seen Inglourious Bastards. You know what it is,
right?
My peoples.
Good movie.
Great movie. I enjoy that movie.
But I mean, what do you got? Anything? Anybody got anything else to add to this? It just seems like that story made us all sad.
They're systematically destroying America. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, and they're going to destroy the military and the civilians and the middle class, and they're coming for everything. Nothing is safe. Right. People, how long are we going to sit around and take this? I mean, what are we going to? You know what I mean? Are we just going to let them destroy our home, our neighborhoods, our families, our military, our sacred institutions?
Right. Cut it
out. Yeah,
it's
nuts.
What's really scary is that we very well may need this military very soon. Things are escalating around the world.
Right.
And it's not too much longer before we're going to have to go into a major scale conflict. And we need to fight that.
I'm sorry.
No, I need a timeout. Sorry, Devin. I can't do it.
All this equity, inclusion, and diversity makes me sleepy.
All right.
You need a safe space coloring book, Scott?
I do. Could you get me a blanket too? I'm a little cold.
Speaking of somebody who needs a safe
we had
place.
to give those to the illegals. So
I
was raised that way. So
we don't have any more blankets.
I like puppies.
Puppies. Our next story. Let's get to our next story.
Yeah.
Terrible crossover to our next story, but we'll go with it anyway. We have Fani Willis trying to get out of a subpoena. It says Fani Willis tells reporters tells reporters she will not testify before Georgia Senate committee. Republican committee chair threatens to hold Fani in contempt. In contempt.
Now, if you go down a little
I have the video already pulled up if you'd like.
Oh, do you?
Yep, bring it up.
Here, go ahead. Pull that up if you don't mind.
You got it. Just thought I'd make a shortcut for us.
Oh, okay. I didn't even find the video. Good job, Greg.
Well, first of all, I don't even think they have the authority to subpoena me, but they need to learn the law.
Yeah.
I will not appear to anything that is unlawful, and I have not broken the law in any way. I said it, I'll say it amongst these leaders. I'm sorry folks get pissed off that everybody gets treated evenly.
All right. I think she answered that very well.
Yeah, I think she did too. She answered it really well on the whole it's unlawful, this and that. That's not how the law works. If you get a subpoena, you got to go to court.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Whether you're guilty or not, a subpoena is like, you're going to come talk to us and we're going to figure this out. That's what it is. Sorry, I think I overstepped. Devin, what do you think? Or was it right?
Let me just skip me for right now.
Okay, I'll go for a second. Look, for how long did they run around and they say Trump thinks no one's above the law? They kept on saying Trump thinks he's above the law, and they chanted that no one's above the law. No one's above the law. Miss Fani Willis, let me explain something to you. You are a prosecutor. You know these things. You are not above the law. You're right, Scott. She is not above the law. You get a subpoena, you have to go to that courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
You know these things. You can't say it's unlawful just because you don't like it. That's not how it works. And I'm getting sick and tired of these Democrats running around and thinking that they can just do whatever they want. And they pick and choose what laws they follow, pick and choose what subpoenas they abide by. That's not how it works.
Right.
Georgia's Senate passes panel with subpoena power to investigate District Attorney Fani Willis. Atlanta, Georgia State Senate joined attempts to investigate Fulton County District Attorney Phyllis Willen on Friday, voting 30 to 19 to create a special committee that Republican senators say is needed to determine whether the Democratic District Attorney misspent state tax money in her prosecution of former President Trump and others. This has to do with following state funds, says Republican Senator Matt Brass of Noonan. We want to know where our money going. Where is our money going? Okay. The committee, which doesn't require approval by the state house or Governor Brian Kemp, is tasked with making recommendations on state law and spending based on its findings. But the committee can't directly sanction Willis, and Democrats denounced it as a partisan attempt to try to play to Trump and his supporters. You're talking about partisan politics. That's all you're talking about, said Democrat Senator David Lucas of Macon. Don't you love how whenever it's against them, it's partisan politics? Yep. But
right.
Every
go
time.
after Trump. This is about following the law.
Yeah, following the law.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so true.
But so, yeah, they have subpoena power. The new panel would be able to issue subpoenas and require people to testify under oath, powers that no other Georgia legislative committee routinely uses. People could already be prosecuted for making false statements to Georgia lawmakers. Those are among the criminal charges that Rudy Giuliani and some others face for false claims they made to Georgia lawmakers. So there it is right there. They have the power, Fanny. So you better get your Fanny down there to the Capitol and get to testify it.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You know why she doesn't want to go, right? You guys know why?
guilty.
She's
guilty. She's guilty.
Hold on. Because if she lies under oath, you're going to prison.
Perjury. Yeah, perjury.
That's how it works. And if she goes into in front of that Congress or Senate or the legislate, whatever it is that she's got to go in front of, she goes in front of them and lies, and they can prove she's lying. That's perjury. You're going to prison.
Yep.
And that's why she doesn't want to go, because she will have no choice but to tell the truth or go ahead and cuff up and go to prison.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I mean,
One of the two.
She's obviously overstepped being a district attorney, and she's now just a political figurehead. And every time a politician opens their mouth, they're lying. So if she goes, she's going to.
She's scared.
She's scared.
She's scared to death, dude.
Yeah.
She is scared to death to walk into that courtroom because she knows, again, she got to tell the truth. And if she tells the truth,
guess what? The same result. They might lock her up.
You have.
know
Well,
what I
that's how it's. That's how
right.
it's
That's
works.
the way it's supposed to work. Right.
You don't show up. Guess what that is? Warrant, baby.
Don't
They're coming
worry,
to get
Fanny. When you're in jail, they'll give you bologna sandwiches.
Oh,
and
worry.
eggs.
And
They'll give you
eggs.
hard-boiled eggs and bologna. If you grab the hard-boiled egg and you put it on the bologna sandwich, it's so much better. Take that advice.
Tastes the same. Everything tastes like cooked cardboard. It's really kind of weird.
Well, if you mix it right, it's not so bad.
Gotta have some salt.
You gotta have the spicy cardboard.
Hey, on some real stuff, what you just said, Scott.
Yeah.
Save the salt packets because they don't always give them to you. And salt, you need it because if you don't have it, it does taste like cardboard.
Right.
Save the salt packets.
One time, one of my stints to county got in there when they booked me, and they gave me a sloppy Joe and French fries, and the sloppy Joe and the French fries all tasted the same, like cardboard.
Dude, listen, in our county jail, Springfield, Clark County Jail, dude. What used to be this way, dude. I don't know if they changed their menu, but it was like bologna sandwiches and hard-boiled eggs almost every single morning.
Fart rocks.
That's all you got, dude. So you had to, like that's what I'm saying, you had to keep the salt packets because sometimes you didn't get them. And if you don't have any salt to pour, go put on your sandwich. Well, it was disgusting.
Now I live right down the road from the county jail, and
I was in there.
I know somebody's been there right now.
They have Aramark delivering their food now. They got a catering company.
And there's your tax dollars hard at work.
Right? We didn't get that.
It's a rich county. I mean, Beaver Creek and Belbrook.
Gavin, you look like you want to say something, bro. What you got to say?
I'm sorry to be a party pooper here, guys, but I really don't think that she's gonna go to jail at all. I mean, we have thought this was going to happen. She has already admitted to wrongdoing. She's very obviously guilty, and she should already be in jail. But she's never going to go.
Look,
Because
but
that's not how this works anymore. We
even
don't
if
live in
she-
that kind of
You're
society.
not wrong.
even if
Not
she
wrong,
doesn't
yeah,
go to
not
jail,
wrong.
it gives the public view of the corruption in
Right.
which we're
He's right
fighting
about
in
that.
America.
But you already
That
know.
is-
You already know. We already know. Everybody already knows. Everyone knows that she's guilty.
I know it.
Everybody knows this is a
I went to
farce.
McDonald's the other day, and right there on the menu it says "Guilty Fani Willis sandwich." And it
Right.
was, you know what I mean? And it was free. So I mean,
Like you said,
it's-
what else? How long are we going to take this on? How long are we going to drag this out?
Look,
Everybody
look,
already
Devin,
knows.
I agree with you, but we have to
What?
follow and believe in the system, or the system. We might as
Look,
well just wall up the system.
Convince
and throw it away.
ourselves even more that the
Uh,
system is
this-
completely flawed and broken.
I'm going to tell you this.
Well,
It's like
it is a little broken. I'll
It's
give you
like
that.
having raccoons in your attic. You don't know what's in your attic. You just hear something. All right.
Right.
But you got to shine the light on the raccoons to see what it is before you know what cage you need to catch them. So, yes,
that is
we do.
true.
We have a
Yes,
double
we do.
standard. We have a dual justice system. And what we're doing right now is we're shining the light on it. Once we shine the light on it, then we can figure out how to cage these animals.
Right.
You're not wrong. And that brings me to another story. It's breaking news. I'm going to pull up here in a second.
Yep.
I
But
like breaking news. I have glue.
We love it.
it is lies. You know what I mean? And they
Sure.
lie all the time. So here, I'm going to bring this story up for you. Just in, Israel defies Biden regime, begins offensive in whatever that
Rafah.
is.
Rafah.
Rafah. To finish off Hamas after rejecting terror group ceasefire ploy. Now, down here, Israel has officially defied the Biden regime and started their offensive in this southern Gaza city of Rafah to finish off Hamas after calling the Islamist terror group's claim that they accepted a ceasefire a lie. So they saying they never agreed to a ceasefire. Never
No.
happened. And here's a little video for you just to show you what's going on there. You know,
Make it big. Make it big.
I'm going
Make it
to. I'm
big.
going to.
Boom.
Right.
That's not lightning.
Why does it sound like there's a prop plane dropping it?
There's a helicopter. Yeah, it's a helicopter. You can hear it.
That's how.
This is like the cameraman from a street fight, always looking the wrong direction.
I know, right?
It's pretty.
Yeah, those are just flares.
Yeah, they are.
No.
They're lighting up their targets.
That's right. Got to be able to see what they're going
Now,
to hit. You know.
This is a little public service announcement. Why did the Japanese, Asians, and the Middle East have too many vowels in all their words? It's every
No
other letter is
idea.
a vowel. It's really hard as an English person to pronounce your words.
Right.
So
But
change your language so we can
in their
read it.
defense,
That's
though,
right.
nothing is spelled the way it sounds in our language too. So,
Well, I mean,
there
we
is
have
that. I
we
mean,
have the hardest language to learn.
yes, right,
Yes,
But-
we do. That's what I was about to say. It seems really easy for us,
right.
but if you was to go to China or Japan, you would probably be able to learn
Oh,
their
you'd be
language pretty
speaking their
easily.
language in
Yeah.
no time.
Well, I mean,
But
every
our language is so hard for people to
every
learn.
city in the Middle East sounds like a character from The Lion King.
Mufasa.
It's a Rafah. Rafah comes.
No, it's Rafiki.
That's Rafah's for Rafiki's brother.
Right.
It might be Rafah, or it might be Rafa, or it might be I don't know.
Rufy.
I don't know. It
I
don't
don't
say
know. Who
that.
knows? I'm sure they have like silent word or letters too in some of their words.
Right.
I want
So,
They're sign language people.
But
That's got to
you
be
see,
great.
but you see what I'm saying, right? They lied and said that Israel agreed to a ceasefire, and Israel's like, nah, we didn't agree to that, and we're about to hammer down on these
Yeah.
people. Like, you want to do what you did to us, and then expect the whole world. And this is stuff I really just don't understand when they do this. Feel sorry for us.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing to us.
Yeah.
You massacred innocent civilians
Yeah.
for no reason
Right.
but to
Right.
just kill. And then you hide behind what you say are you're innocent, but you raise them people on nothing but propaganda about kill Jews. That's what they want you.
Wait a minute.
That's the way they raise
Hold
their
on.
kids.
Chris, are you talking about Hamas or the Democrats? I'm confused.
I don't know anymore.
Both.
I was talking. Look, I was talking about Hamas, but you got a point. Right?
I mean, wait. Hold on. I take back what I said earlier. I love you, Democrats. Don't kill me.
They will. I don't know if they will, but they're definitely going down.
Guys. Look,
crazy
if something
stuff.
happens to me, I'm not suicidal.
I love
I'm not
everybody.
suicidal.
I do. I love everybody until you give me a reason not to love you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love my fellow Americans, my neighbors. I don't care if you're Middle Eastern as a truck driver, the sick people from, and I don't, that's a from India. Those people with the towels on their head, I'm not sure what they're called, but they're the nicest people in the world. You drive by in the truck and you're just cruising. You look
they're
over,
just smiling.
they're smiling and Forrest Gump waving you. They're just happy to be there on the road with you.
They are.
Well, because they're happy they're not in a country where somebody's got their boot on their neck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, people from India are some of the nicest people in the world. They truly are. They
I met some really good ones.
They're really funny.
Unless you do work for them, because you're like $500, and then when they're done, they say, "Oh, Carlos, did you say 125? No, it's $500. 250, 275." I mean, and they will haggle with you for hours. But I guess that's the way it is in their country.
Hey, they are the world's best hagglers. And I know some, dude. I really do, and good people.
Yeah, they are good people.
Really good people, man. But they will haggle with you.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, when my mother was around, one of her greatest pastimes was garage sailing. And she was notorious for, like, you'd have 25 cents on something. She'd talk you down to like 15 cents.
No.
Are you saying that my mother was?
No shit. Look, if she went to a garage sale ran by people from India, she would have left with the garage and she would have paid $10,000 for a pair of socks. I'm telling you, you go up to collect your bill. You'd be like, you go out there, like, hand them a $500 bill. You get back to your truck, like, you guys get your payment. You got $25. I don't know how this happened. And they're just waving at you. Have a good day.
I don't know what happened, but for some reason they're supposed to give me $500 and they only give me $25.
I own my landscaping business, and I became a really close friends to a family that came in here and bought one gas station, piece of crap gas station, absolutely deplorable. Fixed it up. The family worked there. Now they pretty much own every gas station you see. Ate dinner at their house. Nicest people in the world. Nothing bad to say about anybody from India. I've never met one that's
But the problem is they're going to take
love
us over
America
economically. I'm kidding.
That's the plan.
I mean, that's the American dream, is take over an economically. You know
I was talking to one of them the other day, and he works at the gas station, and he's like, this country is not the country we moved to. I don't know what's happening. I'm scared for America. I don't know if I should go back to India. He's like, but if I go back to India, I am a poor person and I can never have anything. I am forced to be poor by the government. If I ever amount any wealth, they just come and take it from me and tell me I'm forbidden.
And those people, when they say stuff like that, man, you should really listen to them, because they know what real poverty is.
Yep.
They know what real tyrannical government does.
Yep.
And our country, the greatest country in the world.
It is.
You know what I mean? People literally know what hunger is about. I mean,
our poor can go get a sandwich from Burger King. I mean, they literally have policy. If you go in there and say you're homeless, they'll give you a cheeseburger, a glass of water, and a fry.
Yeah.
You can if you're starving in another country, good luck.
There is no such thing as poor in America. There truly is.
Not really. No.
There is not poor. We went to Mexico when I was a kid, and literally there was there was 5 of us, and we were getting a taxi, and you cannot have any more than 5 people in a car. If you do, you go to prison. But we drove out to see these Aztec ruins. People living out there with a little piece of metal on top of 4 cut bamboo trees, and not bamboo, but palm trees and hammocks. They live outside, no walls, no bathroom.
Outside, right?
Woman's out there cooking tortillas on a hot rock. You know what I mean? nothing. They have nothing. They built a road down there. There's 50 Mexicans with shovels. There's no heavy equipment, and they're digging. They're digging the ditches. They're raking the road. That people in America, they have no strife, so they have to come up with fake problems in their lives, like supporting Hamas or
gender equality and all that.
Inclusion. I remember I read an article where they said that generation, the millennials, this was years ago, the millennials' biggest stressor was their phone battery dying. That was their biggest stress in their daily life.
I'm sorry.
Phone. I mean, that is my biggest stress was my dad beating me, neighbors beating me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the teachers beating you. Yeah, how many beatings would you get in a day for doing one little thing wrong? One thing.
If you did something wrong down the street, the neighbor would come out and whoop your butt all the way home and tell your dad, I spanked him all the way home. He blah, blah, blah. And your dad would be like, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And then you go inside, he'd beat the crap out of you for embarrassing him and
embarrassing him to the neighbors, right?
Yeah, it was.
But then it seemed like you go to school the next day and the teacher heard about it and they're like, I think I need to beat you too. And it's like, wait, what? What? I mean,
when does this vicious cycle stop?
Right.
It doesn't stop. I mean, I'm Generation X.
But you learned a lesson from it. It might not have been 100% right, but you learned a very valuable lesson.
We were raised feral for a reason. We're going to have to put an end. I mean, we were raised feral. Our parents, we'd wake up, they'd be like, get out. Go outside, come back when the street lights came on.
Yeah, when it's dark, you come back in. And if I got to go looking for you, guess what? I'm going to beat you all the way
I can
home.
play that video if you guys want of that woman, the Generation X woman. You guys remember me showing you that?
Oh.
Yeah, I remember it.
You want me to play it? It's 52 seconds long.
All right, but then we gotta
and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Go ahead and show it real quick.
Yeah.
There's some cussing in here, so if you have any kids in the room, they've already heard it on the internet.
Messages for my Gen X brothers and sisters. Looks like it's time for us to clean up this fucking shit show. After all, half of us went to prison, the other half went to the military, so we've got the necessary skills, not including the fact that we were raised by World War I and II and Korea and Vietnam veterans, so we're pretty familiar with guerrilla tactics, right? All we ever heard about at the dinner table was they. They shot Bobby, they shot JFK, they shot Martin Luther King Jr., and they shot Malcolm X. Well, we sure as shit know who the fuck they are now, don't we? You were raised feral for a reason. It's going to take a feral generation to save this country. So come out from underneath that fucking desk. We saw that shit worked out in Red Dawn. It's our time to step up, folks. See you on the flip side, motherfuckers.
And we do not own the rights to that song. That is a
we do not.
That's not Thunderstruck.
She's not necessarily wrong. I mean,
no, she's 100% right. I love that video. I don't know why. I just like.
I do too. I mean, that's our generation talking, Greg. That's why we love it. But that being said, we're going to sign off. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's all free. We promise. Ring the bell.
That's
right.
Bell.
Ring it twice. Ring it as many times as you can.
Ring it.
But we're going to say goodnight. God bless. Come back and see us tomorrow. Same time, same channel, 7:00. God bless.
See y'all later.
Peace out. Hold on. I got to get over there and run that beautiful footage.
And it is actually pronounced Rafa because I did look it up.
All right.
Thank
Rafa.
You. Rafa. There
That's
we
what
go.
we're saying.
Now you know.
Now we know.
No, that's what we said. Rafa.
And yeah, it is. But I just wanted to make sure.
All right.
I can't help myself.
Wrap it up.
That footage.
Bye-bye, guys.
See ya.
See y'all later.
See you.